another Sunny B2 video. Who has the worst apology in YouTube history? And away we go.
We're going to rank YouTube's 10 worst apology videos from bad to downright terrible. So
I feel like any apology video is immediately bad. I don't think there's a single apology video that's been good. I feel like if you're apologizing, you immediately admit you're wrong, and therefore people judge you purely making it a bad assumption, right?
Let's begin by looking at RiceGum, whose trash apology went by the name of "This Dude Calls Me Out for Mystery Unboxing." RiceGum's apology referred to a different video from 3 days prior.
What happened to RiceGum?
How I Got AirPods for $4, in which he'd promote a mystery box.
I remember these.
While making it sound as though the website was an easy way to make money.
But he wasn't the only one that done this, right? Surely there was other YouTubers. I'm pretty sure, like, wasn't there like Jake Paul and the other a few people doing this, right? It weren't just him.
Because RiceGum had a young audience, he'd be called out by H3H3 Productions and PewDiePie for promoting gambling to children, with RiceGum's response coming in the days following these call-out videos. His apology began on terrible footing, as instead of admitting any kind of wrongdoing, he'd state that he was justified in doing the video as they paid him more than $100,000, before going on to state that he wasn't the first YouTuber to promote the website. RiceGum then concluded the video by giving out multiple Amazon gift card codes.
Wow.
Give you these Amazon gift cards, so I'm sorry.
Okay, that's pretty bad. Trying to pay people off, man.
Only each code had
such a rich response.
By the time the video went live. Beginning your apology by bragging about money before going on to offer your audience some old expired gift cards definitely makes for a pretty poor apology. However, the video was short and sweet. It felt as though it was consistent with RiceGum's personality, and the argument about other YouTubers promoting the site before him was actually a pretty reasonable point.
That's what I'm saying,
was
valid.
Also smart enough to keep his cool throughout the whole video, which Shane Dawson wasn't able to do, whose incredibly volatile state led to YouTube's 9th worst apology video. Taking accountability began with Shane stating that emotionally chucking on a webcam and apologizing
Did he start crying? When they start crying, I don't believe it. There was like fake tears.
was stupid and childish.
And that is stupid. That is something that a child does, not something that
He's a bit close to the camera.
Does. That's
I don't like that.
Good.
Although this is exactly what he'd do over the following 20 minutes. Shane was apologizing for the jokes he'd made during his 10-year YouTube career, and although he'd state that he was simply laying out his feelings, the whole video used manipulative language and felt as though it was coming from a point of total desperation.
I am so sorry. I am so sorry to anybody that saw that. It's
What
something
jokes?
that I shouldn't.
Do I want to know, or should I just not know?
I should lose everything for that.
Shane used all the classic buzz phrases such as "I will educate myself" and "I will do better" and "I don't know who that person is anymore," and therefore the whole video just feels like a pathetic template to get hate off his back, as opposed to a personalized video with his own terminology to apply to his specific situation. The hypocrisy continued into the end of the video when Shane stated that being defensive was a poor way to make changes.
I'm gonna go on the defensive, and that's not a good way to live, and it's not a good way to grow.
Yet he seemed completely unaware that his entire video was defensive in response to the drama that he had found himself in. However, at least Shane didn't insinuate that his audience was stupid, as when the Fine brothers uploaded their awful
I believe this is one of the worst, because they kind of like they told you off for disliking them.
The entirety of YouTube. The Fine brothers had pioneered the reaction genre on YouTube with their Kids React series, and would post a video in early 2016 simply titled React World, in which it sounded like the Fine brothers were trying to copyright any kind of YouTube reaction video. As a result of their poorly crafted concept, they'd receive hate from every corner of the internet, prompting what we're now calling the 8th worst apology in YouTube history. The apology began with the Fine brothers admitting that their video was worded poorly, and that they never plan on trying to copyright YouTube's reaction genre.
First and foremost, we're sorry for confusing people by using terminology like our.
They're trying to make out like they were smarter than everyone else, but then again, they made the video that seemed unsmart, if that makes sense. Like, everyone else misunderstood us, but you're the ones that wrote it, you're the ones that said it, and you came across the wrong way, so therefore you're the dumb ones for doing that. It's just, I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
React format. We were never trying to say that every video where someone reacts to something else is something we would try to control.
However, despite stating this, the two would then go on to explain that they had taken down other reaction content in the past, while continuing to imply that the audience was stupid for being unable to comprehend the concept laid out in their initial React World video.
Just because we have or might get trademarks doesn't mean we're going to run around and start taking down videos.
We're sorry that you're too stupid to understand understand how this works is basically the sum of this apology.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, classic arrogant non-apology. At the end of the day, the Fine brothers got off lightly, as their initial mistake wasn't all that big of a deal. However, the same couldn't be said.
I feel like they saved it as well by stepping down. Like they became they weren't even part of the main thing anyway, but they stopped like showing up to things. They hired different reactors to be in their place to do announcements and stuff. So I think that's how they pretty much saved it, by not being a part of the company, apart from being the higher ups.
For Travis Scott, who posted the 7th worst apology after 10 people died at his Astro concert. It happened in November.
This was all over Twitter. This was mental.
Despite everybody in the crowd chanting to stop the show, Travis Scott continued, which ultimately resulted in the 10 fatalities alongside 500 other injuries.
Crazy.
As the news of the tragedy began to go viral, Travis was planning his apology and would take to Instagram with somewhat of an unconventional approach. He was seemingly trying to avoid having his face clickbaited by the media. And
this was
memed. A short video in black and white under bad lighting from a bad angle, with his eyes closed and his hand covering his face for the majority of the video. This was
memed so much.
IQ play. However, it also made for an extremely terrible, unpleasant viewing experience and resulted in comments such as, Travis Scott is clearly much more focused on his headache than his apology, as well as he gave his forehead more respect than the people who died of a horrible, painful death as a direct consequence of his inaction. The words he used in the video weren't much better either, because as highlighted by this comment, his apology is basically, damn, that's crazy.
I just want to send out prayers to the ones that was lost last night. I mean, I'm honestly just devastated. I could never imagine anything like this just happening.
The funniest part is that in his apology, Travis is talking like he wasn't there. It's like the dude just woke up and was like, oh man, people died at Travis Scott's concert. The apology was certainly bizarre. However, it wasn't nearly as strange as the 6th worst apology by simply Kenna, who became YouTube's first creator to apologize in the form of a poem. The apology came in response to being called out for plagiarism and seemingly as an overcompensation for trying to be original. Simply Kenna wrote a 3.5-minute poem using nothing but incredibly deep metaphor.
Am I a human? Am I a monster?
Please let this be plagiarized again. That would be amazing.
Or am I something in between?
Now, to Kenna's credit, the poem was pretty well written. However, using it to apologize felt like an unbelievably strange move. The whole point of an apology is to be sincere. To write a poem, rehearse it. Those fake facial expressions and background music, babe, that's not sincere. An apology in poetry is me in my rawest form, even though I'm not raw at all, because I rehearse this instead of just talking to you guys naturally. That poem is so corny. Still trying to be aesthetic in an apology video. The video was so bad that Kenna then posted another apology video to say sorry for the first one, and as summarized by this comment, if you have to make an apology video for an apology video, it might be time to take a break from YouTube. However, at least Simply Kenna had the chance to take a break voluntarily, as when T Martin posted his awful apology, the audience stopped watching completely. In the lead up to what we're calling the 5th worst apology in YouTube history, T Martin promoted a website called CSGO Lotto, claiming that he found the site at random and was able to use it to win expensive CSGO items. Although it wouldn't be long before T Martin was exposed as being one of the owners of the website, prompting the now infamous I'm sorry video. The apology began on fake manipulative footing as T Martin sat there talking to his dog about how difficult the video was going to be.
Cooper, I have no idea how I'm gonna record this video, dude.
However, it's hard to tell exactly how the video was supposed to be difficult, as T Martin would do nothing besides sit there and spend 2 minutes telling the audience how dumb they were.
My connection to CSGO Lotto has been a matter of public record since the company was first organized in December of 2015.
Why are you shouting at me, bro?
This is and always has been a clearly stated policy.
He barely even apologized. He's putting the blame on the people for not understanding. WTF. He basically called his fans stupid. I love how he didn't even apologize and basically just said it's our fault. It didn't help that T Martin decided to film the apology in the entryway to his mansion with his expensive truck sitting just outside the window.
I was thinking the same thing. The staircase looks sick.
As the Liver King's terrible apology began with him blatantly bragging about how much money he had. Prior to the Liver King confession, he'd consistently reiterated that his physique was natural, although when More Plates More Dates uploaded a video showing that this wasn't true, the Liver King felt the pressure to apologize. The Liver King would begin his apology by bragging about being rich.
Before social media, I was rich and anonymous, and after social media, I'm still rich, but no longer anonymous.
Before going on to try and convince the audience that he never planned on becoming famous.
And I never expected this kind of exposure in the public eye.
Despite having grown the brand using his face, name, and image as the most recognizable feature. The Liver King then goes on to claim that his persona was nothing more than an experiment to help struggling teenagers.
Liver King, the public figure, was an experiment to spread the message. Our people are hurting at record rates with depression, autoimmune, anxiety.
Is he reading a script? He turned his eyes to the left.
To spread the message. Our people are hurting at record rates with depression, autoimmune, anxiety, infertility, low ambition in life. Our young men are hurting the most, feeling lost, weak, and submissive.
Which felt like a cliche cop-out to shift the blame for what he was being accused of. The beginning of the apology was bad, the magnitude of the initial lie was bad, and the need for the apology was almost non-existent in the first place. However, because the Liver King was able to finish the video with a couple of reasonable points, he's avoided being any higher on this list. Besides, it's almost impossible to have an apology worse than the one posted by Social Repose. The video had been uploaded after his ex-girlfriend publicly accused him of cheating, so naturally Social Repose wanted to share his side of the story, doing so in a video titled I'm an Idiot. The apology began with the most unemotional attempt at saying sorry.
I understand what I did. I understand that it's pretty wrong, heinous, and like I said, I messed up. I do deeply regret.
These last two people I've never heard of.
Explained that he had cheated in his previous relationship.
I did cheat on her, just like I did my ex-girlfriend.
And it was therefore the girlfriend's fault for not knowing that he was going to cheat again.
And she kind of took me on with the thought that she could fix me and that everyone did warn her. I couldn't stay faithful, and here we are.
Throughout the video, Social Repose seems so proud of how broken he is as a person.
Clearly, I have a lot of deep-seated issues. I have a lot of problems.
Which was justified in his own head as he apparently had this incredible YouTube channel.
I'm so deeply entrenched in Social Repose just as an entity that it comes first. It comes before all my love and relationships and even family to an extent. This is my life. I've chosen it.
However, at least Social Repose made some attempt at saying sorry, as Sienna Mae's apology was so bad that people began to question if she was even saying sorry at all. Sienna Mae was one of TikTok's fastest growing creators until another.
Was she the one that done the dance? Oh, bro, I've seen the jokes on this about the Sidemen joking about this.
The TikToker accused her of assault, after which she'd take a break from the internet and return with what we're calling the second worst apology in YouTube.
Dude, how is this not number one?
It began with the explanation that taking a month off social media was the most difficult month of Sienna's life, before she'd gone to state that her purpose in life was to post TikTok dances and untouched photos of herself. Throughout the video, Sienna implied that her youth excused her from any wrongdoing, although the worst part was that she never even apologized, and rather spent more than half of the video playing what she called a relatable Sam Smith song while doing a choreographed dance with the goal of inspiring her audience. The stupidity of the apology is best summarized by this comment reading, "The fact that she and her team watched this and said, yeah, this is a good idea is hilarious to me. All of them together make one brain cell." Although Sienna's one brain cell was still significantly more than the amount that Laura Lee had when she'd post almost objectively the worst apology in YouTube history. Laura Lee posted the apology in response to some old tweets, although she would have been significantly better off remaining silent, as there was nothing within this video that wasn't a complete travesty. She'd spend the first 30 seconds talking about nothing besides how difficult the video was going to be.
In this video, it's been so hard, so much positive.
That's what she said.
Things I've ever done.
Before going on to completely lose it on camera, while implementing all the classic phrases such as "I'm so sorry to disappoint you all, and I know that I'm better than that." Laura Lee cried and apologized, then cried and apologized some more, although in the process, the audience noticed that there were no tears coming out of her eyes. Is this an audition? I see no tears. Literally no tears coming from her eyes, yet she keeps wiping away. I think she forgot to buy the eye drops. After everybody came to realize that Laura Lee wasn't even crying, she'd take a month off YouTube to reflect, after which she'd return with an apology video for her initial apology, where she'd conclude the drama with more NPC YouTube apology dialogue.
I have changed so much as a human being. I have grown so much through the situation. I have grown and I have learned so much.
Do YouTubers not know how to talk to people? Why are they always shouting at each other when they're shouting at the audience whenever they want to tell them something? Do you know what I mean? No one actually talks. literally, they're stuck in YouTuber brain that they can't turn it off. It's crazy. Anyway, that was a good video. Yeah, bit mental, bit crazy. These people act like they somehow become the biggest YouTubers, but then they forget how to be people. So yeah, that's great. Anyway, that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to check out the original description down below. See you in the next video. Laters.